Did you terminate the pregnancy? Yes. Mom had every right to have this procedure. It's her body, Ulissa. But what was inside of Mom's body, Nichelle? Another body, another life. Associating with my business isn't for the weak. And that's not a trait of mine, Adaku. Does this mean you'll do business with me? Ma, don't beat yourself up over this. You had a decision to make, and I don't think it was an easy decision for you to make. After finding out about all that your father did, it should have been an easy decision. For the sake of your younger sibling who will never know, it should have been an easy decision. Devante, I'm about to ask you something and I expect the truth. When have I ever been dishonest with you, Adaku? What is it you want to know? Does your son know about our connection? I see you nor your daughter came home after leaving the courthouse. After what happened at court, I knew I couldn't come here last night, so I stayed at a hotel while Ulissa stayed with friends. Is Isidore home? He isn't, and you shouldn't be home either. I want you out, Isabel. Harley. Isidore, what are you doing here on this nice sunny day? Cut the crap and tell me how long you knew that Isabel was once pregnant with my child. I really appreciate you and your family letting me stay the night, Vanessa. It's no problem, Ulissa. But where do you and your mom plan to stay if you two aren't going to stay at the Russos anymore? Honestly, I don't want to be with my mom just as much as I don't want to stay with my dad. Not after I found out my mother took the life of her own child. I haven't told Pacho about our connection, Adaku. Just like I never told my daughters about how we're connected. Except after you spoke with Nichelle, you made her realize that I knew you. Have you explained to me when your father entrusted you to work with my family? I began working with your family when my father was confident that I would do whatever it took to secure my family's legacy. You don't believe that Pacho shares that same vision? I know that he does, but I'm unsure if he's ready to make certain difficult decisions. Anyway, where is this coming from? Clarice, for years, you and I have always been fond of each other. I don't want that to end. Tough luck. Whatever respect I had for you passed away as soon as I found out you got rid of my unborn grandchild. As a wife and as a mother, you need to understand that whatever choices I made was to protect my family. And my own family was sacrificed at the expense of yours. How could you hate Isidore that much, Isabel? Especially after all he's done for you. I don't hate Isidore. You sure could have fooled me, since you got rid of his child. Because of confidentiality, I can't tell you the specifics. What I can assure you is that I never knew about it throughout our entire marriage. That's obvious. I know for sure you would have done anything you could to demonize Isabel in my eyes. Did you actually come all the way here to ask if I knew Isabel terminated her pregnancy? I came here to tell you how you should be ashamed of yourself for crushing her soul in court. I'm really sorry for what you're going through right now, Ulissa. I really can't imagine how it's like to be in your position right now. At the moment, I really envy you, Vanessa. At least you have two parents who serve the Lord and don't have the same sort of baggage that my parents have. We don't get to choose our parents. God knew what he was doing when he placed me with my parents, and he knew what he was doing when he placed you with yours. Which is why I'm so conflicted. I get that my parents will always be my parents, but I haven't ignored the fact that my dad took Elvira Russo's life. Do you actually expect me to ignore the fact that my mother took the life of my unborn sibling? You're standing trial for taking Elvira's life. I don't need the reminder. But it sounds like you should be reminded that you should have faith that I won't be convicted. But Ben Russo still has Elvira's diary, which can reveal the truth about your affair with her. He does, but he won't let go of the only piece of his aunt that he has left. Are you sure about that? Yes, I'm sure, because Ben would have brought it up when he was on the stand the other day. Since the diary will never see the light of day, that means I've already received victory. Do you at least plan to train Pacho to handle all of your business in the near future? Believe me, Clarice, if I could take back my decision, then I would. And you expect me to feel bad for you? I'm glad your decision doesn't bring you peace. I truly hope that it keeps you up at night. For as long as I've known you, your Catholic beliefs meant everything to you. So the whole world can find grace except for me. I've known your family too, Isabel. You're also supposed to be Catholic, but clearly you tossed aside everything you've been taught when you got rid of my son's child. You're just as bad as that husband of yours. And here I thought that you would be furious at Isabel for not carrying your child to term. In fact, I'm even more surprised that you never thanked me for birthing your only child. You were my wife, Harley. It was your duty as my wife to give me an heir. The audacity! It was my duty, Essidor? No, Essidor, it wasn't my duty. When I took those vows with you, I vowed to be your life partner, not your baby-making machine. But I think I see what's going on here. You resent me. What are you talking about? Not only do you resent me, Essidor, but you're not furious with Isabel at all. In fact, you're heartbroken. It breaks your heart to know that the only woman you ever loved refused to give birth to your child. Of course not, Ulissa. What your mom did isn't something that you can put in the back of your head or ignore. But there is a difference. How is there a difference, Vanessa? My mom was carrying a life inside of her and got rid of it. Yes, she did. According to my parents, from what they saw in court, your mom was broken up by her decision. On top of that, she admitted to what she's done. As for your dad, he still refuses to own up to what he's done. But that's the thing. When my dad was arrested for taking over his life, my mom still kept quiet about what she did. And I can't speak for your mom, but I'm gonna assume that she only kept quiet because she was ashamed. Let me handle that, Adaku. In the meantime, just stay positive and know that you and I will continue to work together for many years to come. I am nothing like Devante. Devante took my only daughter away from me. You took Essidor's child from him. Overall, you two mercilessly took from my family. What do you want me to do, Clarice? I want you to pack your things, leave my house, and never come near my son again. You know that I'm right, Essidor. You came here to unleash all of your pain and anger onto me, the only woman who ever carried your child. You want to pour out your anger on me because the only child you have was never conceived in love. Thankfully, Alan isn't here to listen to any of this. I'm warning you, Harley. If you ever hurt Isabel the way you did in court, then I will come after you. You will experience much more pain than the pain you felt when you lost custody of Alan all of those years ago. But my dad stayed silent too, Vanessa, because he would have went to prison. As for your mom, she can't go to prison for what she did. She must have stayed silent because she was afraid that you would react the way that you're reacting right now. Valid. But both of my parents took innocent lives. I might as well stay with my father at Theodosius' palace. Your father is standing trial and could go to prison. As for your mother, the choice she made is something that she'll regret for as long as she lives. Both of your parents need Jesus to save them. But Jesus saved you, Ulissa. You're the only one in your family who can point them to repentance and to help them find forgiveness in Jesus Christ. Don't abandon them, Ulissa. It looks like you two have a visitor. Who? You'll have to see for yourself. Max? Hey, Vanessa.